Draxa!
All stories have nothing but irrelevant answers to forgotten questions. You will not find truth here.
In memory of Soul Warden Ramanos Avalon, bearer of the Eternal Torch, whose service straddled centuries. All souls fade in time, but he held steadfast against the darkness until the last. May his sacrifice be a lesson to all who come after. In memory of Soul Warden Christina Krempel, whose gaze never wavered. Her pursuit of humanity's best nature, her defiance of darkness, and her calm wisdom kept the flame of our hopes burning until the last. May her sacrifice be a lesson to all who come after.
This place is familiar. My feet remember what my mind does not. Have you found any new voices, Hunted One? What were they? My mind itches. Yes, at that word. Perhaps this is where my ghost lives. That cave. Yes, inside it. Something that needs retrieving. The ghosts are loud here. This place remembers sorrow. My bones rattle with it. You went into the cave. What did you find? What does anything do in a bear cave? Perhaps it was napping. Yet there is pain in the rent cloth. Shame too. How odd. The voice of that ghost has faded, but there are yet others in the stones to the north. Go. I won't be long behind.
In memory of Soul Warden Reyes Vitan, devoted servant of the Order, he took no pride, no ambition in our sacred duty. All that was asked and much that was not, he gave willingly. By his example, did others embrace our greater purpose. May his sacrifice be a lesson to all who come after. In memory of Soul Warden Constanza Soberia, who gave all that was to be given. May her sacrifice be a lesson for those who come after.
I hear my own voice, faint but in chorus with the ghosts here. My hands on the stone, my memories given to the land and taken from my soul. A mercy, perhaps. It was corruption. It took their souls, those voices lost to time. It will take all of us before the sun sets on the world. You, sooner, if your voice cannot be silenced. But there are answers here. A path that leads where many have sought to go. Those who would stand against the corruption. You speak of that voice that assaults your mind. This path may be the only way to see it silenced. A valiant effort to stem the tide, perhaps, or more likely to simply take a stand against the inevitable. There are no final answers here, nor anywhere, but it may yet be a reprieve for one who has been marked, such as you. The voice you hear is not heard by all, and the power it pursues has become your burden to bear. Go on then. Seek the strength of the Soul Wardens. Face the trial in the tomb of old warriors. It may be your only hope. I, Gilgamesh, do solemnly vow under the radiance of the sun and the luminescence of the stars, in the presence of the gods, to serve as an Amara, the blessed inheritor of the eternal fire. I vow to be both noble and true, to heed the divine voice, and to aid my people against all hardships and foes. I also swear on my bonded soul to ease the world's pain and to fulfill my sworn obligations regardless of the price.
And I am impressed. We will make history together.
I give my breath to the winds, my strength to the lands, and my spirit to the firmament, that it rain down into the blessed earth and the depths of the waters to seal my oath for all time and for all those who would follow in my path.
Well, imagine the kinds of people you run into on the roads around here. But you're looking a little haggard, if you don't mind me saying so. Had an eventful journey, have you? Thought I heard scuffling in those ruins. I was thinking there might be some treasure in there. But you don't look like you found something. You look like you're still searching. Now that you mention it, there was an old codger a few paces back. They've got a proper city that direction. I'll be going back soon enough. But if you want to go after this geezer, go that way and just ask around town.
Welcome to Oxborough, traveler. I hope you've brought coin to spend and goods to trade. We're always open for business. Whatever services you seek, you will find in Oxborough. I guarantee you that. All types for hire. What manner of person do you seek? I have to say, It is a very specific person, and frankly, one that no one has ever asked for. You're the first. But I did see him not long ago. He's quite, balmy, you know? And I'm not sure if he's for hire. Constable Messiah often humors him with conversation. Ask her about him.
Always good to welcome a guest to Oxborough, and one who appears to have means. The signs are auspicious today, you know. Whatever you came to our fair city looking for, I'm happy to help. You've only to ask. You're looking for Jonas, really? That is a rather outlandish notion. Are you a long-lost relative? Caretaker? He's quite far gone, I'm sorry to say. Comes through town now and then, often raving about corrupted. I've asked him to bring his concerns to me to avoid worrying anyone, of course. In Oxborough? Don't be absurd. This city was founded by the Roman legions centuries ago, including yours truly and my valiant husband, Centurion Mesha. In all this time, the city has never fallen. Jonas means well, but his fears are unfounded. That said, I don't know where he is. Ask Atticus at the inn. He'll know.
If you're here to request a ballad dedicated to your family's glory, you'll have to get in line. Half of Oxborough is acting on that craze just now. Or perhaps you're looking for something a little more nuanced. Do tell? Oh, you're a friend of Jonas. How marvelously charming. I always worry after him. Quite lonely, the old man, but he likes it that way. Oh, I've offered to let him stay in my proprietor's guest suite, but he prefers his little hut on the pond north of the city. You'll find him there. Good luck.
I would ask you to walk softly, but the fish are already wise to me. Travel on, stranger. But you are familiar. Two voices, one mind. Yes, we've spoken before. What brings you to my hovel? Oh? Did I abandon you, or did I just walk ahead? I walk a great deal, you know, and sometimes my memories stay behind. I recall a path you started to follow, but it was one I've already trodden. Me, a soul warden? No, that could not be. It is such a pretentious-sounding name. And the soul wardens are all gone, lost, corrupted, who knows? There is a tower not far. Go get your answers there, for I have none left.
History is filled with stories of failure, but ours will end in triumph. I promise you. Join me and we will achieve victory.
We have fallen back to the tower. On all sides, the corrupted come for us. Our lines of defense are broken. Our compatriots fleeing. Those who could cover the distance have come to this ancient place seeking shelter. We are preparing fortifications. We will make our stand here. I do not think it will be enough. They have broken through. We no longer have means of escape, but we were able to seal the upper floors of the tower. Even now I can hear them battering against our barrier. We have rationed our food and supplies, our weapons. They will not last much longer. Sleepless nights are evident in frayed nerves and quiet tears. The Sword Wardens search my face for composure. I cannot save them, but I will not show them my despair. Supplies are exhausted. The tower shudders under the assault. There is nowhere else to go. Soon, they will ascend the stair, and all will be lost. They beg me to run, to preserve the Order's future. I will not be the last Soul Warden. I will not abandon my post. You have been to the tower then, have you? The ghosts of my fellow wardens call from there, demanding that I remember. Pain, sadness, regret. I have stemmed the waters of memory for many years, but the dam is breaking. I will tell you what happened.
We were not the first to stand against the corrupted. Heroes of a lost age once harnessed the magic of the ancients to defend Aeternum. Delving into a tomb of legend, we found the ancient rites those heroes employed, and the Soul Warden Order was born. Harnessing the ancients' magics, Romano blessed us with a bulwark against corruption's influence. But this gift came at great sacrifice. We would never be the same again. Our newfound powers carried us to many victories. I began to believe we could actually vanquish the corrupted. But the Crimson Sorcerer was a wily foe. He learned our secrets and exploited them. One by one, my fellow wardens became corrupted. The Tower of Arcturus is where we made our stand. In a final act of desperation, Constanta and I would leap from the heights. But in the end, I was alone. I have tried to honor the memory of my fallen friends, but the memories are too much. I am no longer a Soul Warden. There are no Soul Wardens anymore. There now. My story is complete. And you know the truth of who and what I was. End of my failure. I truly am the last. All that the Order was, all that it will be in this decaying mind of mine. I am sorry. You have come to me seeking a way to fight the darkness within. But I have nothing to offer. That is a terrible idea. The process required to harden one's soul against corruption demands a sacrifice. You cannot imagine. The days of the Soul Wardens are done with, and I have a great deal of fishing to do. Even if you were to pursue such a foolish notion, you would need to forge a weapon capable of combating corruption. And that would be difficult indeed. The angry earth is no longer generous with its seeds of power. There was once a huntress in these parts, an unfriendly and elusive sort. She spoke on the angry earth's behalf. You might ask about her in Oxborough, but getting her to give you a living seed, well, don't say I didn't warn you.
My hunch about this town was right. Did you know the jewelers deal in gold plating? These pampered city folk truly can't tell the difference. But what have you been up to? Well now, that's a bit strange. I was just hearing tavern talk the other day about some wild woman in the wood. Like a ghost, disappears when you look at her. I'd ask the captain of the scouts. I'll wager he knows something.
I know one knows sniffing for information when I see one. I have certainly lived here long enough. Well, get on with it then. What do you want to know about? There's legends, and then there's truth. People talk nonsense. Say the huntress is part animal or some kind of spirit. She's actually just a recluse. Makes a shrine near the mines to the north her home. I'd look there.
You trespass on sacred ground, human. The angry earth do not want you here. I hope you have good cause. You tread on what was once hallowed ground, human. Whatever your purpose coming here, it is misguided. Go back to your settlement. No surprise. Your kind are always speaking, never listening. That is why so few of you can hear the whispers of the angry earth. You say you've come to see me. But I see only darkness dwelling behind your eyes. The actions of your kind have already tainted this place. So, what purpose have you now? You are wasting your time and mine. It is the evil of your kind that slowly spreads across the land, poisoning everything. This fountain, once a source of life and power, now fouled. The flow of Azoth that once fed the fountain has become blocked, undoubtedly by the crimson plague that's overcome the nearby mine. Very well. If you can destroy whatever vile cankers have grown in the mine, we will hear your request. Otherwise, be gone. The Earth's secret ways, once again, overcoming all. But your support will not be forgotten. We are grateful for your role in restoring the fountain. But you should know that the angry earth is capable of defending itself against corruption. Our secrets belong to us alone, but we have been known to offer some boons to those who prove to be our loyal allies. You have done your part, so I will hear what you came here to say. But I warn you, I have no sympathy for the plight of humans in the battle against corruption. It is not our fight. Do you even realize how much you ask? How much your kind has already taken? The angry earth will want to know the truth. Do you plan to use this seed to fight corruption? You are honest, aren't you? Good. We loathe deceit. Perhaps on that account I will make your request. But tell me, do you know why humans fall to corruption, but the angry earth does not? Because corruption's power feeds the ego, your kind's great weakness. Angry earth has no ego, and that is how it offers protection. Try this tincture recipe. I believe it will help you. There now. That will afford you some protection, whether or not your request for the seed is granted. I communed with the elements while you were away, but they have not yet given an answer. Your sincerity has impressed me. That is the only reason we are still speaking. But I think it will take more than sincerity to earn the trust of the angry earth. The Ebonbrock caverns nearby are overrun with the corrupted. While they may pose no direct threat to the angry earth, they are a scourge on the land. You alone could not hope to achieve that. No. Destroy as many as you can, and see if you can discover the source of this most recent incursion. I suspect they are looking for something.
This island throngs with such sources of power. I will find them all to fortify our cause. The cause of humanity.
Your arrogance will be your end. You will join us up its reign of light. This amusing me cannot defeat your soul.
Resist the god, but you have seen the truth and the vision. Please, waste no more time resisting. Seize your birthright and join me.
My companion has told me all that transpired in the cavern. Not even I knew of the shrine the angry earth harbored there. That they have succeeded in corrupting it is troubling beyond measure. I did. I prefer to believe this an anomaly, but precautions must be taken. I must visit the Mother Well and commune with the primal spirits there. Return to your instructor. Convey to him that our gift, and the reprieve that comes with it, is not without condition. Should your kind abuse it, we will visit our wrath upon you. It grants what your kind lacks, a connection to the earth itself. You have what you came for, so be grateful. This will strengthen your soul against the evil that seeks to claim it. Now be gone, human.
It is a relief to see you return. Though my heart trembles to harbor hope again, it's too late to turn back. You were able to get a living seed of the angry earth then. I'm not surprised. The angry earth are not our allies by any stretch of the imagination, but you seem to have quite a knack for persuasion.
We have but one component of our conduit. Vital though it may be, we must now craft the staff that will contain it. Through it, you will draw on the power of your own soul
to destroy corruption where it stands. Yes, the relationship between Azoth and the soul is complex, but it is this dynamic that gives a soul warden their strength. When focused through an Azoth staff, it can perform many wonders. We will start with the haft. The trees from which they were once carved no longer grow on Aeternum. The only way is to find one of the hafts we hid away as the days darkened. The ancient ruins of Canis contain such a cache. I fear that is a question none remain to answer. The ancients disappeared thousands of years ago. We simply used the ruins to find sanctuary from the corrupted. In some cases, it worked. Let us hope Canis is one of them. Well now, it's been an age since I laid eyes on one of these. It brings back many memories. Not all of them painful either. For the next component of the Azoth staff, you must acquire one of our consecrated cross pieces. It will be tricky, however, as there are certainly none of these just lying about in an old chest. Yes, you may need to be resourceful. To the west, you will find the ancient structure that houses the forge. It was used by the Soul Warden Order even before my time. So, you may still find materials scattered throughout. Mind you, Tread lightly, young one. Such places belong to the past. And the past has a habit of fighting back on this island. I see you managed it after all. A fine crosspiece, almost as fine as Forge Master Ezra once made. Did you have any trouble? Ezra? It stands to reason that he would remain at his forge even after the light left him. He never did let it go cold. I am sure he would be pleased with your work. I fear there is little time to prepare you for what approaches. While you were away, I met a traveler who spoke of corrupted coming down from the north. I suspect they are driven on by the same vice that plagues your mind. I do not know. The traveler said the corrupted rally around something called the Tempest, a being they worship like a god. If this is the same being that haunts you, I fear your soul may be in great peril. No, other than maybe to give us a greater sense of urgency. But this is a momentous occasion. You are ready to forge your Azoth staff, and the Soul Wardens will soon be born anew. I cannot go. You must do this alone. It will require the sacrifice of part of your soul. Place the pieces of the staff on the ancient altar near the shattered obelisk. Then brace yourself. I will be with you in spirit.
Wood and metal can be broken, but an ideal endures. And even in small defeats, I step closer to my victory.
Welcome back. And look at you, still as fresh as a newborn babe. Most aspiring soul wardens return looking at least a little pale. You must have extra soul to spare. I have had time to give our predicament some thought. While we now possess an Azoth staff, it is but a beginning, and even armed with such an implement, we too are no bulwark against corruption. I think so. Go back to Oxborough. Shout from the rooftops. Bang pots and pans if you must. Rally their men and women at arms to meet the armies coming their way. You hold their only hope for salvation. I must make preparations. The hardest part of becoming a soul warden is still ahead, my young friend. Rally the city against the corrupted in the north, and then meet me in the southern ruins. Then you can become a true soul warden. If you still wish it.
At last! Someone in this foppish little city I can have a decent conversation with. Come on over. Gab a minute with your friend Grace. I've been poking around town, collecting gossip from all these fine lords and ladies. I might stay a while. There's a lot of coin changing hands around here, let me tell you. This town is much older than it looks. Believe it or not, it was the bleeding Roman legions that first made it into a proper village. But it soon became a trading hub for all sorts. The crossroads of Aeternum. And so it was. People coming from all over to buy and sell, and the gold in the town's coffers piled up. The trade barons ran the place for profit. No kings, no queens, and no messing. Each of the town's factions had its own enforcers, and for a while that seemed to work. But it was only a matter of time until vice and greed turned to violence. Fighting broke out in the streets, and the whole town burned down. But coin has a way of fixing things fast. Out of the ashes, the town of Oxborough came to life. The trade barons built it back, bigger, stronger, and more profitable than ever. And word is it's been smooth sailing ever since. Even when the corruption spread across the land centuries ago, Oxborough was still sitting pretty. These days, coins flowing like never before, but the trade barons hoard their wealth from the shadows. It may be tricky, but there's a fortune to be made here, and Grace O'Malley won't be leaving until she gets her share. So now you know what I've been up to. What about you? I see that fancy new staff you're toting around. What do you plan to do with that? I thought enough of red-eyed rotters on the beach. If you get in a jam, I've got your back. But I'm not enlisting in that crusade. These fine folks seem to think they haven't a problem in the world beyond a shortage of herbs. You might try the constable. That's the one. She's a former Roman legionnaire. And you didn't hear it from me, but I hear her husband's gone missing. She might listen.
Hello, my busy friend. The signs are good today. I feel quite certain today's the day Centurion Mesha will finally return home. Corrupted? That's preposterous. He's battled the demon hordes more times across the centuries than I can count. Besides, I would have seen the signs. I've heard the reports, of course. Corrupted in some isolated spots in North Everfall. But they're not massing for an attack. All the signs are good. Now you sound like my husband, always skeptical. He'll return soon. For now, try Captain Dubois. Perhaps he can spare some soldiers for you.
A fine day to you, traveler. I trust your meeting with the constable was mutually beneficial. Was there anything I can offer you to support your interests? Oh, well, I've heard the reports, and I salute your courage in battling the Crimson Menace. That staff appears to be a formidable weapon. Unfortunately, I cannot send soldiers to join you on your mission. Every available guardsman is deployed now in an effort to combat the current crisis. Why, you haven't heard? Impossible! There's a devastating shortage of herbs. Many of our wealthier citizens depend on such herbs for happiness and health. The herbalist who normally caters to our city is named Ao, but he hasn't made an appearance in months. We've sent search parties. For Oxborough, it is a crisis of the highest order. So by all means, your campaign gets my full moral support. But do look out for How. Good luck!
Slide on over, friend. You look like one of them marauder types. Like adventure? Maybe a bit of a scrap, eh? How about weapons and riches? How'd you like a little tip from old Tibbs? Oh, I've got something perfect for a new arrival. Ah, that's the spirit. Northwest's a fort filled with unbelievable wonders. Need odd things to get inside. Magic, you see. Ears from the soulless lost. A ring from a knight. Grab that lot from Lugdenham Fields and meet me there.
Greetings, traveler. You have the air of one new to Aeternum, so I pray the fires of hope still burn within your heart. I have taken on a daunting quest to bring aid to the needy, but I am the one now in need of assistance. It's painful to admit, but when the Olcott farm fell to the lost, I offered to help them reclaim their valuables. I came here with the old man felled in Olcott, but the withered are too many. I had no choice but to run. He refuses to flee, and I'm too shaken to go back. Please speak with him and get him to leave before he too becomes lost. You must convince him. It's not worth risking his soul for a handful of material possessions.
Please come. You look well equipped, and the Syndicate could pay you for your time. I see that you are new to the island. Aid me, and perhaps I can shine some light on the darkness. Yes, and the most valuable kind, indeed, if you assist. You see, I've been testing alchemical lures on the local wolves. Results were promising, until one of the wolves consumed the bait and grew in both size and ferocity. I expected that possibility, but not the precise nature of the reaction. We must annihilate the creature. Place this lure in their den and fight until the Alpha appears. Slay it, then meet me in the Enclave for your reward.
Dragsog!